This is video 4, I believe, and we're looking at the PROG7 again, and we are trying to implement your program in the steps outlined in the assignment. We have already completed stopping the robot, starting the robot, and now we're going to focus on handling bad commands. But before we do that, we need to go back and look at stopping the robot again because we got to observe something. So let's run the key again. And let's say we're going to start the robot, go right, right, and stop. Let's pay attention now. When I say stop, it says I've terminated. Whenever you stop the robot, terminate the robot, it will announce where it was when you terminate it. So this is a terminal output. Also notice in the tracking file, we say the same thing, terminated at a certain position. So this same line must be written two places. For the time being, we're not worrying about this. This is the bonus stuff. Don't worry about this, okay? So let's go in and clean up to where we have the termination taking place. So let's go back in, and when we terminate, oh, that means we need to set up a case for T, doesn't it? We want to we want to do this before we stop the loop. So we've got to go in, and you might want to copy what you have here. Where am I? Okay, I hate this thing. This thing is so hateful. I despise this. Let me start. No cussing in front of the children. No cussing, no cussing, no cussing, no cussing in front of the children. No cussing. Okay, this is case T. We must stop the robot. So what do we say? We say terminate it. We don't say start it. Correct? Terminate it. Anything else we say? We don't say all of this. We don't say all of this. This is not part of it. Okay. But we do write to the file that we are terminated. Yeah. Terminated at position such and such. Right? Okay. Notice on the screen that we skip a line before we say terminated. So we're going to try to make that match what we have on the screen. And now we can check that very quickly and see what we have. So we're going to compile ours. And run it. And we're going to say start, go right, terminate. We're saying terminate it. Something is wrong. Okay, notice that for right now we haven't implemented our commands, so you don't expect all commands that we don't have a switch case for will come up as being bad commands. But the point is we are at the end, we're announcing that we're terminating at a certain position. If we go to the tracking file, we see the same thing. We terminate at a certain position. So with that, we have really completed how we handle the termination. Now let's go back in and look at handling bad commands. That's part of the default. And let's see what happens when we run the key and have a bad command. Okay, let's see what happens when we run the key. And we're going to start it, and we're going to say P, and terminate. Okay, every time there's a bad command, we just announce what the bad command is. Notice also that the bad command is also written to the output file. So I don't really need to, I'm not going to do that for you. You got to fix that. So you see what you have to do now. It's pretty straightforward actually. All right. Whatever you have going to the screen must also be written to the tracking file. So with that, we've handled step 2. Okay. And now we're going to do step 4. We're gonna deal with moving right. All I want us to do is move right. Then I want us to move far enough right where we hit the boundary, but we're going to handle moving right first. What does moving right mean? What happens to your coordinates when you move right? I'm not going to write this for you, so don't expect it. What happens when I move right? Which coordinate changes? X or Y? How much does it change by? Are you adding something to it or subtracting something from it? Okay? Now, I think the one thing we don't have, which is not Swift, we probably should have implemented the where command. We should have implemented the W command so that we can tell for ourselves where we are. So I kind of left this out. It was my bad. After we do the right command, or even before, we need to be able to say where we are. So let's go ahead and put the where command in because it's necessary. We've got to go fast now. So where's the where command? Let's just use this. I do hate this thing. Come on. All right, this is the where command. What does the where command do? It just simply says where you are. All right, so let's go back to the key and see what it does. It just produces output. I'm going to say start and go right, and say where. It says position equals this. That's what it does. Is that clear? Does it show that in the tracking file? I don't think it shows it in the tracking file. So this is output that goes only where? It goes only to the screen. So in your program, all you got to do is do what? We're going to say announce the position. Isn't it going to look like this? Isn't it going to look just like this line? Where thing is going to be, I hate this thing. I do hate it. It's going to be here. You're going to say position, position. Come on, man. POS. Position equals, and the rest of this. That's what it's going to be. Let's see what we got. This thing is too crazy. This is so awful. And of course we must say break. All right. Going to show position. And that's going to be that. All right. So with that, we probably have about everything we need. And I'm going to leave it to y'all to take it from here. So let's see if this thing will compile, see if we made a mess. Okay. We're doing the demo. I'm going going to start, and I'm going to go, and I'm going to say, show me my position, and terminate. Alright, so notice it's saying position is such and such. The tracking file does not have the position. So make sure you have the right amount of spaces and stuff in here, but I think this is the way it's supposed to be. Okay, with that, I think I'm gonna leave you where you are. I hope you see the pattern for doing one thing at a time, comparing what the key program is doing with what yours is doing, and making sure you account for everything. With that, I'm ending.